Welcome back to Trailer Trash Flips. It is Tuesday morning. Yesterday was President's Day, so the post office was closed. Normally, I would go ahead and just at least pack up my orders and have them ready. But as it ended up, I was busy the whole day yesterday and did not get back home, well, for any length of time until after 10 o'clock last night. So there was just no way for me to get that done yesterday. But I've got 10 sales going out. I've had 0 sales today. So all these sales were from Monday, Saturday, Sunday, and whatever came in Friday afternoon. So not really that good considering this whole time frame is almost a 4-day period. And it's a total of 158.52 going out. I did some listings and some drafts earlier before this video, and I'm also going to do more probably the rest of the day. I don't typically take any of my normal day work unless I get a call by 1 p.m. Anything after that will almost always go to the next day. So I'm going to be able to get more listings and drafts done for the rest of today, even though that doesn't seem to be really helping all that much right now. So I'm going to go pull my orders and show you what sold. In the 010 bin, I sold a elbow compression sleeve. And this sold for $11.96 with free shipping. In bin H17, I sold a 2-pack of some stainless insulated tumblers, and these sold for $21.71 plus shipping. In the H6 bin, I sold some water dam earplugs for kids, and these sold for $9.71 plus shipping. Also in H6, I sold a DVI switch splitter box. And this sold for $8.96 plus shipping. In the E3 bin, I sold a transducer mounting block for a boat. And this sold for $20.21 plus shipping. In bin H13, I sold a Flamingo golf head cover. And this sold for $17.21 plus shipping. On the LP1 shelf, I sold a 24 count of Auric vacuum bags, and these sold for $18.71 plus shipping. In the 011 bin, I've got 2 items in here. The first is another bottle of the Nested Naturals Omega 3, and these sold for $9.71 with free shipping. And the next item is Admire My Skin Organic Sulfur Mask. You know, this is probably my least favorite bin just because of the stuff that's in here. It makes it hard to find. And this sold for $19.42 plus shipping. And the last item are these 2 life jackets. And these sold for $20.92 plus shipping. So here is everything going out today. The earplugs I bought for $1 at the bin store. The DVI switch also for $1. The elbow compression sleeve, $1 from the bin store. The boat transducer mounts, I bought these for $2. I think I picked up either 4 or 6 of these, but those came from the bin store. The Auric bags, these were $2 at the bin store. The Flamingo head cover was $1 at the bin store. The Omega capsules, which I think this is my last ones. I'm glad to finally be rid of those because they're such low dollar. They were 50 cents at the bin store. The skin mask was $1. These tumblers, I paid $2 for each one at a different bin store than we normally go to. And they've been sitting a while, so I'm glad that they finally got out of here. And the 2 life jackets came from a garage sale for $1 each. So all in all, only about $15 cost of goods for all 10 items going out today. This past weekend, I did a little bit of sourcing. I mean, really not much. And I went to one estate sale Saturday, which is not really typical for me. Typically, I'm going on Sunday. But I went to this place. It's a company that does estate sales, and then they have a shop at their home. Not in their home, they have a separate building, but they have all kind of stuff there. And I went there. I didn't really know what to expect. And it wasn't there really wasn't a lot there that you could buy and resell and make a profit on. But they did have some very cool and interesting things, lots of vintage things. So if I was looking for something for myself, it would be great, but not so much for resale. There was also one estate sale that was fairly close, so I went to it, even though typically I only go to estate sales on Sunday. I picked up one item from that estate sale. Sunday, even though I know in the last video I said I haven't been to a thrift store in a long time, and I hadn't until Sunday. Kim has suggested there was this thrift store that she wanted to go to, and it's a really big thrift store. It's probably as big as 3 or 4 Goodwills. Now, it was not really the best thrift store, and I'll show you what I picked up from there. And she also wanted to go to the bin store on Sunday, which was $4 day. And being that I don't really need a whole lot of inventory right now, I only picked up a couple items from there. So I'll show you what I picked up. From the estate sale, I picked up this Asahi Pentax K1000. I comped these, and it looks like they can probably go $60, maybe $70 and up. And that's starting at parts only. I have no idea if this one works. And I know some of those didn't have the lens on it. This one has a lens on it. So I think I can probably get $60 or $70 minimum for this. I do need to do a little more research. I don't have any idea about these type of cameras. It did come with the books, so I thought that might, help with the value a little bit. It's marked $16, and I'm almost positive it was supposed to be 25% off, but I didn't catch it. But I was thinking at $16, 25% off, it'd be 12 bucks. This lady that runs this estate sale company, she is very fair. So even if I paid a little bit extra for this, another few dollars, in the long run, her pricing is so good, and she works with me very well, so it's not that big a deal. But I think all in all, even at $16, well, really $17, I'll still be able to make some money on this camera, even if I have to sell it for parts only. Next, at the thrift store I went to, this was kind of a grungy thrift store. I wasn't real impressed with it. I'll probably go back at some point, but I don't really consider it a top tier thrift store. But anyway, I found this beer pitcher, which it has Old South Terra Senior Prom 1981. And Terra is a high school that's local here in Baton Rouge. So look, I didn't comp this. I mean, I'm sure there's no comps for this right here, but I thought it was pretty cool one way or the other, and somebody would probably want it. With the Confederate flag on here, who knows, eBay might even kick it off. And I may even try to list this on Facebook Marketplace, because I'm sure there's somebody that graduated in 1981 that would like to have this. I also found this interesting book. This book may have a little value to it, or it may be just a complete dud, I don't know. But it's the Imperial Cape Cod Tradition to Treasure. And I thought the book was interesting just because it looks like it's a guide to identifying like Imperial Cape Cod glassware, and it tells you like the years that certain styles were produced. So I figured there's got to be somebody out there who would like to have this kind of information. So I did pick that up at the thrift store, and also found this. And this is something probably most people haven't ever seen. This is called a country cutter. And what it is it cuts potatoes into spirals. It also cuts onions into onion straws too. And the reason that I know about this is because I actually have one. I bought it from a craft show. The country cutter people, they travel to craft shows, and there's a local craft show here where I bought mine. And you just put your potato or your onion right here, and then this paper is covering up a blade in there, and it cuts a spiral sliced potato. And like I said, you can use onions on it too, and it makes some really thin onion straws, and you can batter those and fry them. But it works really good. I mean, I've used mine a lot, and I think these are around $38 or $40 at the craft show. And this one is brand new. They had it in the case up front at that thrift store. So when I asked him how much was this, he's like, I don't know, how about $5? So I said, okay, I'll take it. And the final item I picked up at the thrift store was this ashtray. And Look, I'm not a big ashtray guy, but I just really thought this one was pretty cool. It says Valentine Travel Service, Toronto. Just the colors on it. You know, I don't have any idea what the value of this is. I didn't pay $3 for it. This looks like it was a garage sale price, but it looks like it's in pretty good shape. Very vintagey looking. So again, I thought with this, maybe this is just something that maybe an ashtray collector would like to have. The things at this thrift store were not clearly marked as far as the prices. The glass pitcher, I had no idea how much it was. I assumed that the price tag on the ashtray was from a garage sale, and that's not how much it was. And I think the books may have been marked like 50 cents for paperback and $2 for specialty books. So I don't know what they consider that as. So I walked up to the counter, and that's when I saw the potato cutter. And I wanted to ask him how much was the pitcher, the ashtray, and the book going to be. Well, of course, he got a phone call, and he couldn't really answer my questions, and he started ringing everything up. And since I knew the potato cutter was $5, the total came out to be $10.95. So I figured that was a fair enough price, only paying $5 for the pitcher, the ashtray, and the book. Just selling the potato cutter will be probably triple the profit, so I didn't have any complaints about that amount. So at the bin store, I only picked up 3 items. One was this Thrasher magazine shirt, still new with tags, and I think I could probably get $18 or $20 for this. And I also picked up these 2 books. Now these books, they sell for roughly $25, and these maybe $12 to $14. I will probably lot these 2 books up into a bundle for maybe $35 or $39. And I shouldn't have any problem getting that. I've never sold this one, but this one I've sold quite a few times. And it was $4 a day, so I've got only $12 into this. I didn't plan on doing any bin store sourcing this weekend, but Kim wanted to go by there, so I decided that I would go with her. But as you can see, I am being much more selective. There, you know, the whole time I'm shopping, I'm looking at stuff, I'm like, I'm not paying $4 for this stuff, but I would pay $1 or maybe $2 for it. And the thought started going through my mind, man, I need to come back either Monday morning or Tuesday morning. But here it is, it's after Tuesday morning and I haven't been back. So I did manage to muster up the courage to not go do any more bin store shopping for right now. You know, I got to tell you, eBay is a race to the bottom for books. I'm sure most of you are familiar with these big eBay booksellers that are selling books for such a low price you wonder how they can make any money. Some of the books are priced so low that the price of the book and shipping is less than just what Media Mail would be for us. And that really sucks because I run across a lot of books, especially at the bin store. On the trip that I was just talking about, there were a lot of books. And I comped a few of them. And they're books that sell even used on Amazon for $20, $30, $40. But these eBay booksellers are blowing them out for $4, $5, $6 a piece, free shipping. So how do they get away with this? How are they able to sell a book and ship it for less than what any of us can just ship the book for? To find out at least maybe part of the answer, I decided to order a couple books. I ordered the same exact book from 2 different eBay booksellers. And this particular book is one that I wanted, and I also ordered one for my dad too. This book goes for, I think it was $20 or just over $20 on Amazon. And on eBay, $5, $6 a piece, free shipping. 2 identical books from eBay from 2 different booksellers. Both of these booksellers had a ton of reviews. One of them had 300 and something thousand. The other had over 3 million. And since a lot of people don't leave reviews, you can just imagine how many books they've sold. One of the books was $5.89 with free shipping, and the other book was $4.74 with free shipping. Now, I was under the impression that they were using Media Mail, and I've also heard that they stick a lot of advertisements in these books also to try to make money up on the back end. I haven't opened these books yet to see what's in them, but I'm going to open those in just a minute. But I did a little detective work, and maybe a lot of you know this already, but I didn't have any idea. There's a shipping service called Bound Printed Matter. And I guess it's different than Media Mail. It's something where you can't just go drop off something at the counter. You have to have some type of permit for this, but the shipping rates are incredibly cheap. And this is specifically for things like books that contain advertising. A 1 pound package or less runs between $1.89 and $2.42, depending on the zone that it's going to. Even a 5 pound package starts at $2.41 all the way up to $4.15. And there's a 15 pound limit on the bound printed matter shipping service. So that's definitely news to me. I had no idea that that even existed, but apparently this is out there for books and things like that that contain advertising, but it's like half the price of media mail. But you do have to have some type of special permit to do this. And like I said, you can't just go drop these off at the counter at the post office. I read something about you have to put them in some type of bulk mail deal. So that's how they're getting these incredibly low shipping rates. And that's understandable. But the bigger issue is they're just blowing these books out of there at prices that really make it hard for other eBay resellers to sell books. I've got a couple books here. Now, this one is not the best example. It's not a high demand book, but it is one that I bought for 50 cents. And I wanted to show you the difference in prices on eBay and Amazon. All right, I'm going to scan this with the Amazon app. Never mind the box cutter, I just have it in the way. It's kind of blocking part of the Amazon label that was on here. Okay, this book, two sellers, $27.58 and $66.68. Now let's try eBay. $4.50 free shipping, $4.49 free shipping. Here's another book, A Trim and Terrific Louisiana Kitchen. On Amazon, $22.92. On eBay, $4.49 free shipping. So, you know, it is what it is, and I'm not really complaining about it so much. Maybe I am. Maybe I am complaining that there's a race to the bottom for these books. And like I said earlier, it does suck because I come across a lot of books. Not so much these type, but books like for college courses, and you know, I don't pick them up because I can't sell them for that price. Sell your books at sellbackyourbooks.com and get an instant price quote. We even pay the shipping. See what your old books are worth today. Well, that's pretty interesting. And here are the advertisements. Let's see what we got. Harry's Razors. I don't shave enough to make that worth anything. DoorDash. Yeah, I'm mostly a cooker. I don't eat out too much, so I don't think that's very good. So yeah, just those two advertisements. But yes, so the people that said they stuffed these with advertisements were correct. Make sure there's nothing else in here. The book is in pretty decent condition. The corners didn't get messed up too bad, considering it was only in a poly mailer. So, you know, I understand the allure of people buying these books so cheap. I mean, everybody wants to save money. But at the same time, it does come at the expense of, you know, anybody who wants to resell books and actually make a profit on eBay. Or at least enough profit as a reseller to make it worth our while. All right, let's open this one up. Well, it looks like they one-upped me already because I never include a free bookmark in my books. So there's that. They're just talking about buying books. Is there no advertisements in here? Nope, apparently not. This book is also in it's in pretty good shape. So I have no complaints about the condition of the book for sure. And I really expected to see advertising in the second one. So it looks like the one company is just blowing their books out with high volume and taking advantage of low shipping rates, even though by the time they had to acquire the book, buy packaging materials, and pay for shipping, there can't be much profit there. And the other company is doing the same thing, making a little bit extra money on stuffing advertising in their product. So I find it interesting that there is another shipping service that I didn't know anything about called Bound Printed Matter, but apparently it's a thing, and apparently that's how these booksellers are able to ship their items so cheap. That's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. As always, I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video.